Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. I've got your March 2025 reading coming up in just a moment. We're going to take a look at week by week. And then at the end of the reading, we're going to look at if you're in a connection experiencing issues, and then if you are single, open to dating. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, my name's Cody. Welcome. If you are already a YouTube subscriber, I appreciate your continued love and support. Thank you so much. If you go ahead and if you need to book a personal private reading, everything's going to be in the description box in that link tree. That'll take you directly to my website, where you'll also notice I'm booking mentorships, which have been going splendidly. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, they'll show you the other platforms where I'm going live and posting content. If you recognize any of those, go ahead and give me a follow. I'm going live and posting content all the time on all 4 platforms. Be sure to go check those out. All right, kids, let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Sun, Moon, Rising. March 2025. What does Cancer? I am a Cancer also. We are deep in retrograde season. We just came out of a Mars retrograde last month, and then we dipped immediately into a Venus retrograde, so relationships are under review. And then we have Mercury retrograde started on the 15th, and everything is going all the way into April, and we are in the thick of it. We have the eclipses also happening, and everything is dipping back and forth between Aries and Pisces. That moon was in Virgo, so it had a lot of focus on wellness, on details, organization. All right, so let's look at week by week. I'm going to get all the cards on the table first, and then we will do the reading. You'll notice that I'll be editing out a lot of the shuffling as well, just to save time. So I hope y'all are enjoying all of my extra add-ins. It's not easy, but it's worth it. All right, here we go. Week by week. Here we go. Week number 1, 6 of Pentacles. Week number 2, Devil. Week number 3, Justice. Week number 4, Hermit. 9 of Cups. What's lingering out there? Bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. Showing up to your own reading. We've got the 5 of Swords, 6 of Wands, 9 of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Emperor. Clarification. Clarify these cards on the table, please. Week number 1, 8 of Pentacles. Week number 2, 10 of Pentacles. Week number 3, full card. Week number 4, 9 of Pentacles. Death card, Hermit again. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 4 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Empress. What else for Cancer? What else can I tell Cancer? Clarifying these cards, please. What else can I tell Cancer? Week number 1, 2 of Cups. Week number 2, 2 of Pentacles. Week number 3, Chariot. Showing up to your reading again. Week number 4, Wheel of Fortune. 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Moon, 3 of Cups, Queen of Swords. Okay, Cancers. So what I'm seeing here is in the first week, there seems to be this steady energy of everything copaesthetically and coherently working and going smoothly. There seems to be this symbiotic reciprocation between what you're investing in, and it is giving back to you equally. 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, your relationships, your work, getting things figured out, what's being placed where. In your partnerships, I feel like you're both on the same track as far as commitment, dedication, working together very seamlessly. If this is a job, I feel like you are aligned with a lot of ability to bring in money. Now, by the second week, we shift into this needing to figure out how we are spending our money. So maybe some of you are looking at some very negative spending habits and trying to get things back on track. 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Devil card. If this is a relationship, now there is a domineering situation here where somebody has all the power. Somebody has the security in the relationship, and the other person is left in flux of trying to figure out their place, their balance of where they fit, where their place of security is. I feel like there is some instability due to some very negative thinking, some very harsh words. This could be some revealing truths of some underlying issues. This could be an enslavement to a relationship here, which you have enslaved yourself to something, and now you're trying to figure out, does it feel like it's a secure, solid situation? Others of you by the second week are looking at your career and deciding whether or not something is returning of the investment. I feel like a lot of you may have start to realize this in the first week. And by the second week, when the lunar eclipse happens, you are probably imagining how much more you could get somewhere else for all of the work and effort you're putting in at one place. Okay, so this Devil card is like you enslaving yourself to an idea or a career because of the security of the job, feeling like this is where you're comfortable, where you have a very good idea about what you can expect from day to day. And there is this consideration of what could be different if this is not what's going on. Okay, so by this third week, we have a lot of you coming back into balance. I believe that eclipse has awakened a lot of you to do some deep introspection, and the Venus Aries retrograde has a shift back into Pisces, where we have reflection upon our past decisions. Okay, past decisions, past choices, past conversations within this time period between the lunar and the solar eclipse. So there is supposed to be some work happening here. I do see a lot of you diving in deep and doing your work. Others of you may not be as much. Some of you may find balance in just overcoming this and moving on from it by just not committing to anything. Just getting over it, moving on, and doing a little bit of some escapism with the Chariot and the Fool card. I feel like this is your idea of putting things back into alignment, is to ignore what you cannot control and focus on what you can. Now, others of you have dove in and done that work. You have looked deeply with this Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Devil card with this Justice card coming out. I strongly suspect that some of you have figured some things out about what needs to be addressed, what needs to be dealt with at a later time, and a lot of you have total faith that this is what this eclipse was meant for you to learn, that this is what this full moon was showing you, this last blood full moon that happened during this month, right? So we have also, I wanted to point out, we have Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, strong Virgo, strong Cancer, and Pisces also coming up here. Okay, so with the fourth week has a ton of introspection. With the Hermit card coming up, I feel like you are all pretty satisfied with this direction that has been set into place, and now you are waiting to see basically how things align. I feel like many of you have withdrawn a little bit from a lot of your external influences, your family, your friends, your co-workers. There's a lot of withdrawal here with these two energies. This one is connecting to their higher power more so than anyone else, and this one here is closed off, protecting their emotions because of a self-fulfillment, something for self. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles, we're looking at this very slow, steady, focused energy of dedication and commitment where we began the month at. So now we have this new cycle that has begun where we are a lot more focused and a lot more dedicated than we were in the second week, when we have this needing to decide with this heavy indication of something that is a bother, something that is a problem, something that is an issue here with the Devil card. coming out. So there is this major light shown on something that is needing to be worked out. Okay. And we do have a lot of work going into this with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 earth cards out here. Lots of work going into this just on the spread. We have another 8 of Pentacles. We have another Chariot. We have 8 of Pentacles, Chariot, right? So lots of work, commitment, dedication, and focus. I'm very proud of you for diving in and doing the work. I know that I also dove in and did my own work. We are not immune. No one is immune. Everyone is doing that heavy looks at what works and what's not working. There is this longing that has you searching for answers, and I know that if you're in my collective, you know where to look for those answers. If you're just joining my collective, I will teach you that they are all inside. No answers are found externally. You have to go within. That's where your answers are. Nothing outside of you will do this. Okay. In the run out, there's still this lingering heaviness of choices and decisions, but there feels to be a lot more clarity with narrowing down the path of what to do or to do this. You've narrowed it down. I feel like a lot of you have done that work. You had to pull your emotions out of this, and overcoming your emotions for a Cancer is gut-wrenching. You almost have to dive deep, so deep into your own soul that you're diving into your ancestors' souls to find out where this pain is coming from. Because not only is the trauma that you're experiencing in this current lifetime coming to the surface, but there is repeated patterns that are cyclically returning over and over again that you cannot escape. And this is consistently repeating. And so by understanding this and getting that clarity, we are now deciding to have this intense focus on what we need to do as far as what we can now leave with us and what needs to go away. Excuse me, I have to wrestle my cat. Okay. This is difficult. This is emotional. You're going to be focusing on things that you don't have. You're going to be focusing on the pain. But once you overcome this, that 5 of Cups, there is the love you have within, there is the connection to your higher self, and there is the love of self that you can always return to, that you can always center and ground yourself in self-love, because ultimately this is the only relationship you will ever have for the rest of your life. So this is where all of that work needs to be done, in self. Everything else in your world falls into place because of that. Now, it's a deep dive. It's a very deep dive to go within. It's difficult. It's very difficult to go within. I see a lot of you wrestling with your emotional self as far as trying to keep your head and your heart in alignment with a decision that is for your greatest and highest good, not for your emotionally traumatized inner child, but for your greatest and highest good. There is clarity in you conquering a lot of these inner battles and this past trauma. There's a lot of clarity in this where it makes the path much clearer. This makes the choice seem much more capable of deciding between this or that, instead of many different scenarios, introducing all kinds of possibilities where we are manically trying to figure out how to hold everything together and internally trying to make our chaos work in our favor instead of using it for what it is meant to do, which is to bring these dark, hidden, deep pains to the surface. And many of us are fighting this and will do anything in our power to avoid it and not face it, because it's hard and it's painful, and our ego wants to protect us from that pain and from that trauma and from that hurt. But there is liberation in introspection. There is liberation in finding peace and finding that introspection. Okay. Let's get some advice. We need advice. And then we'll get an outcome, and I'll look at Oracle. All right, let's get some advice. I'm going to use Oracle. What can I advise Cancer? How can we advise Cancer? How can we advise Cancer? They want you to get obsessed about your self-love journey right now. You need to be going deep, 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 deep within. Deep within. This needs to be your new addiction. I was just thinking that this needs to be what you're addicted to now. Codependence. Your addictions need to be on healing yourself and doing your self-love journey, your self-work. Inner work, your inner child wounds. Lots of healing needs to happen here. Lots of healing. We've got mask and keys on a ring, and here's the runner. So you're overwhelming yourself by trying to avoid and to try to introduce any other possibility as the issue versus facing what is really the problem here. And it's going back to not just your childhood wounds, but generations back. This is deep. This is very heavy here. If there are current issues in your relationship, then I'm seeing that you're possibly addicted to codependency, to codependent relationships, to having, you could have fear of abandonment issues, and a lot of you are needing to fix that, to heal that. Yeah, it's time to focus on your self-appreciation. We've got healing from toxicities, some addictions here. We've got major addictions coming out here. Codependency has come out here many times. Codependent. There's a lot of external attachment happening here, and you're having to isolate and pull yourself back out of that external connection. Many of you are hiding your true feelings of your fears of intimacy, the fact that you are listening to your ego and having it protect you right now. Yeah, this is just heavy. Heavy here about fear of intimacy. We've got fear of intimacy, fear of abandonment. We've got a runner-chaser situation in here, and then there's some heavy healing that needs to happen. I feel like a lot of you are dealing with this inability to show your true feelings. A lot of you may have been trying to hide this with some very unconventional behavior. Maybe a lot of you have been trying to open your heart more. There is this connection here. With some of you may have been trying to hide your pain through this connection. I see here with photograph and cassette, both of these are about being in your head and also looking to the past. Many of you may be going back over things and replaying these events over and over again in your head. We've got kisses, ascending, love. Many of you could be in this revolving door of relationships because of an inability to heal those inner wounds. There's this deeper clarity. There's a deeper clarity that happens whenever you start realizing that you can switch people all you want, but the consistency is the issue. The issue will remain the same. It will continue to be reflected back in every single partner. I see a lot of you looking back over your past and seeing some patterns here that you're wanting to work on, overcoming a lot of these repeat patterns. There's heavy codependency here. I feel like a lot of you are looking back over your past relationships and how codependent everything has been. There may have been a lot of seeking connection through an external source to fulfill a lack or a void from within. So many of you are running from these issues that would behoove you to go to the core and fix that problem so that you will stop repeating these patterns in other partners. These partners are not the problem. The problem is that inner child, that inner wound, and that karmic ancestral trauma. A lot of that needs to be looked into in order for you to stop putting a lot of these issues on your partner. Okay. All right. Let's get an outcome. Let's get an outcome. This is a complete and total abandonment of self. There we go. Now we've got the Empress back in the correct position. Strength card. 8 of Swords. A lot of you are in your head. You're going to have difficulty detaching. You're going to have to tame that. Yeah, you're going to have to tame that inner beast. We got the 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Strength card, 2 of Swords. Both of these out here. It's an inside job, kids. Knight of Swords. And the Moon reversed. I feel like there's going to be a truth revealed here. Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I see there being a bit of a struggle with your connection to self versus trying to figure out how to incorporate a solution to your external issues. There is a need for you to detach from your external circumstances so that you can truly go within. I don't think you're quite seeing that. There's an inability for you to really see what's trying to be brought to the surface here with that Moon card coming out. I'm sensing that a lot of you are going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in these old emotional patterns. There's this cycle that you're going to have a very difficult time getting yourself out of because of this inability to get out of your own head. You're finding it difficult to detach from a situation here. You're really struggling to temper your emotions. I've got a lot of guard and boundary up here, but it's not comfortable for you. Many of you are holding off on making any wild decisions right now. Whenever we're put in these predicaments, we're having to be forced to stop pull back. Do not outwardly attach. Go within. Within is where the answers are. And a lot of you are struggling very hard. Many of you are talking the talk, but you're not able to quite walk the walk when it comes to getting yourself out of these repeat patterns and cycles. I feel like a lot of you are settling in to the idea of letting things reveal themselves to you here with the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is you basically taking on the responsibilities and burdens of remaining calm, remaining tempered, and just being as peaceful and forward focused as you possibly can. And you're letting it dissolve as it should. This is either going to be you deciding to be okay and support the idea of letting the tower fall so that you can figure out what needs to happen from that point forward, or others of you are letting these old patterns and old ways of doing things go away so that you can now collaborate, work together in a more unified, a more spiritually connected way of getting things done. This is a projection of your future looking like a very positive union comes from this major decision because of introspection, through clarity, through waiting before making quick decisions. Okay. No one is immune. I'm struggling right along with you all. So hang in there. Temper your emotions as best as you can and try to go within. Go within. Sit with your wounded inner child. Love on that wounded inner child. Only you know how to love him or her. That little 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old you that did not get the love they needed. Nurture them. Go back even further to the wounds of the people who wounded you and figure out where that pain is coming from and solve and heal it there. Okay. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you need to book a personal reading, that information is going to be in the link tree in the description box of this video, taking you to my website, where you'll also notice I'm booking mentorships. If you go all the way to the bottom, it'll show you all of the other platforms where I'm posting content and going live. Be sure to hit that follow button. All right, until next time, I hope you'll have a beautiful rest of your month. I'll see you next month, Cancer. Hang in there. I'm also trying to hang in there myself as I untangle my pretzel legs. Now we're going to be moving on to if you are in a connection experiencing issues. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. If you're in a connection experiencing issues, what can I let them know? All right, Cancer. Cancers, connections experiencing issues. What's that you position? What's that past position? What's that immediate future? You, Ace of Swords, immediate past, 5 of Wands, and your immediate future. Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and the World card. Okay. This feels like a continuation from the reading we just did. So a lot of you have just gone through some very traumatic, dramatic experience with your partner. There is this feeling of clarity in your isolation here. This Ace of Swords is giving me independence. I feel like a lot of you have pulled back. There are no cups out here, none. I've got a lot of you trying to get clarity on what your next moves are. I feel like here in your near future, many of you are feeling called to take action and make some big moves. This is clarified by the World card here, with closing some old cycles. I do see the Three of Pentacles where you do end up coming together to collaborate on some ideas in working with one another, and there is commitment and dedication to the cause here. Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, commitment and dedication, again with the Three of Cups about union coming together. Now this Eight of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Six of Pentacles, you are going to need to be relying heavily on your intuition as far as trusting and feeling your way through what feels fair and what feels just for what's happening with you both. Okay, what can you honestly and truly offer that you know will be able to be reciprocated back? Okay, the Tower, the Queen of Cups, the Hierophant. I see a lot of you with the World card, the Tower card, these old cycles, whatever has happened, whatever caused a lot of these struggles, you're working diligently to figure this out. There's not a lot of terrible things out here. I just see that you guys are making some major shifts. The Eight of Swords has this overthinking about what the solutions could be. All right, let's get let's get some oracle. I'm going to use the beach time again because bless our hearts. What can I tell Cancers in a connection experiencing issues? What do they need to know? What's the outcome here? Okay. Looking back and ascending. Yeah, we got you guys overcoming a lot of these past issues, going over these old ways, these outdated ways of thinking, of doing things. Sunglasses, heavy, heavy, heavy looking to the past. There's a lot of observation about how people are being very one-sided, okay? Many of us are looking at this from our own perspective, but I feel like the answer is going to be in getting outside of yourself and looking at it from the other person's perspective. That's really going to help you both ascend. I see Cupid's arrow and soulmates coming out. So Cupid's arrow means that love is coming in. We have a divine partnership here. We have a conversation coming. We have healing heart coming out as well. Some true ascension. Some clarity, some revelation coming as well. I see the butterfly, and there's the Grim Reaper, about tearing down the old to build up something new. This is about growing and transforming your life. The butterfly, the Grim Reaper, the cassette, really talking about these old outdated ways, some possible addictions to these old outdated ways, and how to truly overcome them once and for all with the Phoenix coming out here. I feel like you both really need to do some deep dive into your past life work, into your own childhood wounds, and then you need to come together and find a way to resolve your issues from the viewpoint of the other person's perspective. Get outside of yourself, show some empathy and some compassion to your partner to find your way back to union. Okay, collective, I hope that helps. I hope it resonates. If you need to book a personal reading, please be sure to check the description box to go to that link tree. That'll take you to my website where you can book a personal there, as well as a mentorship. Scrolling all the way to the bottom will show you all my other platforms. Go ahead and give me a follow if you recognize any of those, to make sure that you don't miss my lives or a chance to catch my other content. Hope you all have a blessed rest of your month. I'll see you next month. All right, now we're moving into if you are single and open to dating. Okay, so if you are single, open to dating. Single, open to dating. Could be dealing with an Aries. Got the Emperor coming out. What's that you position? Seven of Wands. Emperor. What's that recent past? Death card. And your recent future. Three of Cups. Okay. Could be dealing with Scorpio. We got Aries out here as well. Six of Wands, Ten of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Okay. So I do feel like a lot of you have gone through some very life-changing breakup in the past, and so you are very, very guarded about what you want from a partner and what you expect. This is extreme authority over what you mean and how you mean it. You mean what you say, and you say what you mean right here. Okay? In the future, I do see you getting out there. Is this exactly a connection or a partnership? No. This is dating. This is making yourself available so that you can then decide whether or not something is worth getting involved with. There's this Ten of Swords coming out here showing that you had victory and success over an ending. I feel like you have really done a lot of work to put that relationship in its proper place. It belongs where it belongs. The lessons are taken, and now you have a real clear idea of what it takes to make a partnership really work symbiotically here with that Six of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got that Wheel of Fortune. I see a lot of you are excited about getting out there. I feel like this is definitely happening. You're feeling like you're ready to put yourself out there and take that risk and see what's coming in, but you're not just accepting anybody. Temperance card. Temperance card, Four of Wands. A lot of you are letting that foundation be built. Here comes Cancer energy. You've learned a lot. This is very focused forward motion towards a very successful outcome. Very successful. Good job. Good job, Cancer. Way to do that major detachment work, that deep soul work. This is a period of you being alone, truly diving into your healing, not just trying to project your pains outwardly and find someone to blame. This is about looking at where that pain comes from and why. Why does it come up, and why does it cause me to have reactions now with everything happening? It's not the person, it's my reaction. That's that Death card. That's really doing that detachment from the old to do new. Okay? A new way of thinking. I feel like this is absolutely magnetizing you, and this is attracting attention in, but this does not mean that just because someone is there that we're like, thank God you have arrived. When are we getting married? Hail to the no. You need to slow your roll, build that foundation, okay? Take your time. Let this reveal itself to you so then you can decide whether it's worth going even further with your emotional self, and if it has the legs to really take off and keep going, okay? That has potential. Okay. Let's look at some details. Good job, single Cancers. We needed a light reading. Ooh. And one more. Any other details I can give Cancer? Got air signs. That is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Uh-oh. Gold digger, community. Health. Oh, okay. You're definitely going to want to take your time, okay? They may be saying no to an air sign, that they could possibly be a gold digger. You're going to want to do your investigative work here. You're going to want to do your due diligence and make sure that you are combing through every piece of information you possibly can before allowing somebody to have access to your world, to your energetic field, okay? It's a risk. This is a major risk here. Some of you could be dealing with either yourself having issues getting pregnant, or you could be attracting in somebody who has health issues as far as getting pregnant. That could be something that y'all want to discuss or talk about with communicate. I'm showing that the retrograde is hitting them hard, so you do want to be careful during this retrograde season as far as connecting with people, right? Let this time really evolve so that you can really see who you're dealing with. Okay, only time can tell. Time will tell. There's no tarot reading that's going to just open up and be like, okay, your next person's going to be here on this date and they're going to look like this and that's your person. Ready, set, get your binoculars up and go. It's not going to happen like that. Yeah, we've got you needing to take your time. Let this all reveal itself. We've got possible fire signs coming out with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We've got warnings. Warnings. They could be a liar. They could be hosing you over, telling you whatever just to get access to you, okay? Physical access to you, if you know what I mean. I do see that honeymoon phase wearing thin. We have pets coming out for whatever reason, so you may want to protect your pets, or maybe they have an issue with pets, or maybe they will be more in love with your pets than they are with you. I've had that happen before, where my partner, I felt like they loved my animal more than they loved me. They love my dog more than they love me. I'm like, a lot of you are in deep manifestation mode right now, so be very cautious, be very aware. Everything you think and feel affects your quantum field. So you're going to remain nice and optimistic, not really attached to anything. Keep it nice and loose and enjoy. Enjoy the fun of dating. You don't have to be connected to every single partnership that you are considering, okay? Be fluid with it. If it does not feel right, don't attach. There's no reason for you to sit there just because you've invested. If you are not aligning, you need to be aware of that. Be honest with yourself. Okay. All right. I hope that helps. I hope it resonated. If you need to book a personal private reading, be sure to check my description box of the video. This will take you to my link tree, where you will also notice there at the bottom it has all my other platforms. If you recognize any of those, please be sure to go ahead and give me a follow. Make sure you catch all my other content, or your opportunity to catch me live. This is where I'm doing deeply discounted rates, and I've got a regular schedule, so you know when to find me and where. I hope that you all have a beautiful rest of your month, Cancer. This was a doozy. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Thank you for your patience, and I will see you all next month. All the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand.